Hi everybody. So it's the next day, back to working on Chapter 30, which is getting the two halves of the fuselage together. What you don't see, so I'm there with my buddy Ted. Ted came by, uh, and we're doing some riveting. So he's actually underneath with the rivet gun. There he is. So this is a two-man job, right? There's absolutely no way that you can get underneath there. Kind of like before, you could theoretically do it with a back riveting plate, but it would have to be set, I mean, perfectly, right? Because I've got to get my hand past that bulkhead with the bucking bar, right? Or someone has to. So you just can't do it. And then Ted says, "All right, I want to get inside." So this time I kept the rivet gun, and he's got the bucking bar. And what we're doing is we're riveting the back halves together. So once you do all the side channels, and again, there's a very specific order to all this. You do the outsides, then you do the side channels. There's some areas that are marked off that you do not rivet, which is near the front, as you need to be able to kind of peel those back as you work on a few other things. But then once you're done with those, the instructions say, all right, just go ahead and start riveting all that stuff together. Rivet the two halves at the bottom together, then put the ribs in. So that's actually what we're doing now. You can see is pop riveting the cargo bay ribs to the tail cone bulkhead. I'm going to tell people that's where the bathroom is. It's behind that door. I should put a little door handle to nowhere. So here I am doing a few more of the pop rivets. Pop riveting these ribs to the bulkhead is the easiest way to do it imaginable. If you've got good cherry rivets, I would suggest it. I mean, the instructions already tell you to do some of them. We just did them all. And ever since that was done, so let's go back to the order in which you're supposed to do things. So we're going to rivet all the ones that are along the kind of the bulkhead right there. There's two rows. You're going to do those. Then you rivet the ribs to the bulkhead, which you see us doing now. And then we actually rivet the rest of the ribs. So the very back of the ribs, the last 5 rivets weren't put in. That's for helping you align the bottom or the tail cone into the main fuselage, right? So you've got to go back and you got to do those as well. And you'll actually see that pattern. So whenever you need to slip one thing underneath another, it's easier to let as many rivets go back as you can so that you don't have to put undue stress on that other part to kind of peel it away for the other part to kind of sandwich in there. You'll see what I mean when you're doing this. There I am with a thumbs up. So yeah, right now Ted's back underneath the fuselage, and I'm sitting there with the small bucking bar, and we're doing all those ribs to the bottom skin as I was just talking about. So when that's done, then we'll start working on. I think after that you can start to do the rest of the side stuff. There I am getting more of the back ribs. And then the corners. So over by where the steps go down, so in those back corners, that's where the steps go in. Those will actually have open access from the top. You've got to do a lot of weird riveting over there. It's kind of tough. So anyway, in the next video, we will be doing some of those. You can see that kind of happening there. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.